Hey guys, welcome to a somewhat brand new video. And for today, we won't be inking, don't worry. We will be coloring. Yes, from our last picture, we're going to be coloring that today. Now, I like using markers as a base, and I use watercolor markers. So, mine may not look like yours, and if you use alcoholic based markers, that's perfectly fine. They work. So as long as they work for you, then they're good. So it's best to start off. Well, let's not say it's best. I'm gonna start off. Yeah, that's a better start. I'm gonna start off by using the blue because I've realized that this blue marker actually dies out a bit after a while because it's not very strong, and not really dies out as in like the color gets pale, but I mean as in it not really dries up, but it just stops working without like any warning, just like, okay, I'm done, and it's gone. So I'm using this first, and I'm starting up here first because this part seems to be the part that you would more likely see and recognize more than the skirt, because I could always cut the picture in half. I could do that if I wanted, but being that the main thing for this tutorial is just to show you guys how to draw and color it, but I could always cut that part off. So it's best I start off with here. And now that I'm finished with here, let me give the marker a bit more juice, and then I'll start off with the skirt later. Now I have my red marker here. It's a Crayola marker, and most of my markers are Crayola because I have pipsqueaks and I have the normal Crayolas. I don't really know if they have a specific name to them. The normal jumbo ones. I have two sets of pipsqueaks actually. I have a jumbo set of pipsqueaks and a small set of pipsqueaks, which is pretty weird because you'd have thought that being that they're pipsqueaks, they're all going to be small, but the jumbo ones are small in a way. They're just not as small as the small pipsqueaks. It's kind of confusing unless you see it. So when I'm finished with this red marker, I'm going to show you how different they actually are. So, and yes, they come with different colors because you don't get one color twice. So you'd have a small pipsqueak. This is the average small one. And then you have a jumbo pipsqueak. And as you see, they're the same size, but the barrels are a bit bigger. And one thing I don't really like that much is that the barrels roll a bit when you put them vertically. But that's the least of your problems, because if you're using them like how I use them, then you're using them straight. You're not putting that much breaks in between, so it shouldn't affect you that much. But if you're using breaks every 5 or 10 seconds to do this or do that, then yeah, it's gonna stop. Now let's just get in right here. And yes, this video may or may not be in 2 or 3 little parts, so you may or may not see little stops in the video. After all, it is a coloring video, so yeah. Now I'm adding shading here with my cool gray Crayola crayon, and what I'm doing, like with our fire technique, I hope, yeah, you're still seeing, like with our fire technique, wherever the lines are, that's where it's going to be darkest, and as you progress onward, it gets paler. See, like this is school, okay? This is like the best school ever. The lessons that you're learning actually help you in something else apart from just getting a good grade. Like, look, like with my fire tutorial, not the second one, the first fire tutorial I made. You saw when I did all of that I don't remember what I'm saying anymore. I forgot my words. Yeah, you saw how I did it. You saw when I made some parts darker than others, and then exactly what you learned right there. It's coming back right here. So yeah. Let's push this up a bit more. I'm actually bending this on towards the wall. I'm not sure if you can see it. Hopefully you can't. But yeah. And notice I am still coloring, though it may not even look as that, because what I've learned throughout my time is that not just because you can't see it that well doesn't mean that you should leave it as is. Because with a few pieces I've worked on when I was a bit younger, not really, I wouldn't really call them pieces, because when you think pieces you think like artwork. But then there were just like a few character sketches, and the character sketches were not the best. But yeah. So, what was I saying? Oh, I forgot. Crack. I forgot all what I was saying. And it could have been clever. I know I was saying something about pieces. I can't remember. When I remember, I'll continue saying what I was saying. Oh yeah. So, like when I was younger, in my old artworks, I would just color extremely darkly, and if I wanted to make a pale looking area, I just make a pale area. It was just dark or pale, no options in between. But what I've realized is that that doesn't really work so well with this. I probably should have tried to use a brighter color, because my other blues have a lot of juice, but this one is just trying to be horrible to me right now. So I'm going to just leave it to relax and then come back to it. Now, this is my soon to be dying peach crayon, and it's what I've been using ever since I lost my tan crayon. Note to all people here who still go to high school or primary school or elementary school or whatever whatever your schools are. As long as it's not college, because college is a bit more serious, and you don't carry crayons to college. But for those kinds of schools, ignore any talking you're hearing apart from my voice. For those kind of schools where you actually carry crayons and like you do art as a subject, and not like at an art school, but like art as just a subject, then do not, please, I'm recommending it to you, like, take my advice. Do not ever lend someone your crayons. If you lend them one crayon at a time, and then make sure that you collect it directly in time. Because yeah, I stopped talking because of that bike. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you guys could hear it, but it sounded pretty loud, so I just stopped talking. So as I was saying, when you carry these to school, people just see them and are like, you know what? I don't have any crayons. Let me go and snatch some. And then they're gonna just come over so subtly and be like, can I borrow that? Especially if in class you have like a small assignment that you have to just color in something real quick in class. That's the worst time ever, especially if you're a very sympathetic person and you feel bad for people a lot. Like, you could see someone just get hit by a ball of paper, and you'd go over you'd rush over there to help him. Yeah, if that's you, do not ever lend you know what? If that's you, just stop carrying crayons to school. It's as simple as that. Or get rich. That seems to work. Like, if you're rich, then your losing a crayon or two won't really be that big of a deal to you then. But yeah. Plus, why am I making it sound like I'm extremely cheap? It's not a matter of being cheap, because I know crayons don't cost that much. and I could easily get a 24 pack or 12 pack, and I could find that same tan crayon. But I know if I go out and waste money and get a tan crayon and it's lost, I'm gonna feel very angry and I'm gonna throw a tantrum, which is why I don't want to buy one yet. I'm gonna wait it out to the point where I've actually felt like it's not as necessary, and then I'm just gonna have it afterwards and build back our friendship. Because like most of my pieces back then, when I had that tan crayon, had the tan crayon. Like, I'm a huge fan of the color tan as a skin tone. It works with almost everything. It works with this light brown crayon that I'm using right now, and it works with my peach, so why not? Although this doesn't look half bad. Like, it doesn't look horrible, but this just isn't what I was hoping for. The tan would have given me a better. Alright, as I don't remember what I was saying. I don't think I was saying anything, at least. But yeah, here I am in the hair. Alright, pause. Let me check if I did say something. Right, so as I was saying, yeah, the tan would have given me a better blend. Yes, that's what I was saying. I actually just had to rewatch the video to figure that out. So yeah, I'm just here coloring the hair with this crayon, and I'm not exactly sure what it's called. If you see me moving around the paper, it's because when I was putting this on, I had no sense. Common sense didn't hit me hard enough to let me know that this would have given me a very horrible texture. Only if I had known. And because it's almost everywhere, because I thought I used like 6 sheets of it. Sheets, not the other word. I used like 6 sheets of it, so it's basically everywhere. It's annoying. Hope you can still see though, because that's the main thing I wanted to get. But yeah. By the way, this idea to do 3 videos, to separate the one video in 3 parts, was given to me by the same guy who had asked me to do this as a suggestion. So yeah, he technically got both of his comments into my video, so yeah. Ah, crack. Alright. So, what am I saying again? Let me just rush through this before the time is up again. Alright. Sorry, the crayon broke a few seconds ago. Well, you probably could have seen it, but yeah. By the way, please, a tip that is pretty beneficial to you, though I won't exactly tell you what is what. Don't ever use a marker that's dying if you're planning on using it for a large scaled area. Please try to refrain from using a dying marker. Try it out first. Use it for at least 5 minutes or 3 or 1. If it lasts that long for you, then go ahead and use it. But, well, then again, if you use it for that long, it's probably going to drain out even more. So yeah, just don't use it unless you're trying to get a texture or something, because I won't tell you what happened, but I'm going to give you an example from what happened in a past video. Like my how to draw the earth video. The marker died. That black marker for the background just died. And then the background ended up with 2 different colors. It was like a black and then a brown. Because I tried to refill a watercolor marker with the dumbest method ever. Pouring water on it as is. That bleached out the marker just as much as it sounds like it would have. But luckily, it didn't do it permanently. The marker is perfectly back, don't worry. So yeah, as I said, I kind of hope that you end up getting 4 videos out of this, because if you do, then that would be so much awesome. That would be so much better, because you'd basically be benefiting twice as much, because you'd be getting these 3 tutorials, all 3, of course not on the same day, because that's overload, and that's too much for me myself, because I'd have to think of more ideas again, and it took a while for me to finally get that comments from Zach. So thanks a lot, Zach, because you actually gave me a comment, and you're the main reason why we have a video for today. We'd have had a tutorial anyways, but it probably wouldn't have been one of this kind, if you know what I mean. So here we're winding down this video, because all I have left to color is the eyes. So yeah, this was somewhat fun to me, I guess. I would really like to do this again, and yeah, this is not going to be regarded based off of your comments, because I really liked doing this, and being that this is the first one, I don't want your comments to be rating it yet. I want you guys to rate it when it's been 3 of these or 2 of these. That way I can say I had more experience with it. But if you guys rated it no, like, it wouldn't be that fair or truthful if I'm saying the right word at least. So yeah, just to make this video just a tad bit longer, I don't know why I'm doing it though, but it felt a bit too short, so I'm just gonna add in a background, plus the picture itself looked a bit too plain, and this may or may not be going on Instagram, so yeah. And if you see it on Instagram, you won't be seeing any feet, you'll be seeing it just as you're seeing it now. So yeah, I just dropped like 2 or 3 hints on you to tell you guys what just happened. So if you really don't know what happened, no, you're just sad. You need to rewatch this video, really. And when you're rewatching it, you need to like it. You know why you need to like it though? Because you didn't get it the first time. Okay, I'm kidding. You don't need to like it again if you already did. Well, no, you can't like one thing twice, can you? No. Like and subscribe for more content, like I always say. Comment down below what you guys want to see for my next Saturday video. And yeah, you can always check out the links below, because that's where my Instagram is, my Facebook page. I think I might be a bit more active on it for today, or maybe never, I'm not sure, but there'll be a day when I get extremely active on it and I do more things, and I even post probably pictures on it, because you know Facebook can post pictures still, right? I think so. So yeah, you may or may not get anything. Don't expect anything, okay? I recommend it. When you expect it, you may or may not get it, and then when you don't get it, it's gonna seem like I broke a promise. So yeah. How long is this now? I think it's about 8 or 7. I'm not looking at the time, don't worry. Like, whenever I do this, unless I give you a reassured answer that I did look at the time, I don't normally look at the time. I just estimate a time, because I feel like I've been doing this for a long time. So as long as I feel it's been a good while, I'll just go out and say it's probably 6 or so minutes. Right now, I'm gonna guess it's at 7 or 8. More likely it's close to 8, or is 8, depending on where it is now. So yeah, let me just sign it, because you know an art piece isn't really finished unless you sign it. Well, at least that's what I believe. So yeah. just to add a bit more tint to her face, so she ain't looking so pale and bleached and mongoose-ish, because right now that's pretty much what she's looking like. Maybe I could add a few blush. Wow, where did I get this English from? There you go. Now you got her blushing. She looks a bit better now. She looks at least a bit more pleasant. Let's just sign this and get over with it. Fluff. Today is what day? It's the 8th, 13th, 2016. Nice. That's all for now, guys. Well, why do I keep doing that? I hate when I do that. That's all for now. Later, guys.